You gotta just come together and fight, man. You can't sit there and point fingers. You gotta fight, man. You gotta believe and trust in your teammates. He is fighting for me. And he knows I'm doing the same thing over here. I'm fighting for him. We are going to war.
Forget everything, block everything out, the end, the beginning, the crowd, and just go play ball. Period. That's all we've been preparing for. Play basketball. The way that you've been taught. We know that those are the right things to do. We got the right principles, the right understanding of how to play this game. We got to go out there and execute for 32 minutes.
Makes us harder, better, faster, stronger.
That don't kill me, can only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up now, cause I can't wait much longer. I know I got to be right now, cause I can't get much stronger. Man, I've been waiting all night now, that's how long I've been on ya. I need you right now.
Right now, and understanding where we at and what you got to do. Hey, it's gonna be hard, but hey, if this was easy, they'd be passing out tickets to everybody in the state. It's gonna be difficult, but we got to get it done. Ain't no hope. We got to get it done. In this third quarter, we look to win it by 5. That is our goal.
Cause all I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get it up. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
We like the U in the 80s. Back to back, set a track. Hit the lick, get it back. Get the trick, jump the track. Want my money back. Time and time again, Al Davis said it best. Just win, baby, win.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get it up. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there.
He's one of the greatest linebackers to ever play for the Hillsboro Boroughs. A 2004 graduate, Walter Fisher Jr. was born to play the game of football, something his father knew from the time he was a young boy.
He was about 3 years old, and one Christmas we decided to get a Tinker toy, which was a scooter, or I think it was a wagon. You know, Tonka toys are doomed for life. was the third day after Christmas, and I walked in the garage and found one of the wheels off of it. And I went to my wife and asked her what happened. And she told me, said, well, J.R. tore up a Tonka toy. You don't tear up Tonka toys. Tonka toys are for life. And I knew right then there was something special about the kid, because that's all he did was tear up stuff.
Fisher made the team as a freshman, and during his sophomore season, he helped lead the team to the state finals. Although he didn't get to play the whole game, he was awarded the defensive MVP of the state championship game.
He loved to hit. Walter loved to hit. And, you know, he again, his charisma, he was so charismatic that he always brought a good, very seldom did you catch him with a chip on his shoulder. Occasionally you would, but when he was good, everything was really good, and he was a pleasure to be around, and he brought a lot of energy to the field just like Alvin did.
Although Fisher was unable to play his junior year, he came back strong for his senior season and helped lead Hillsboro High School to their first state championship in football. Once again, he made the All-City and All-Region teams and also earned the state of Tennessee's prestigious Mr. Football Award. But for him, the other players were much more than teammates. They were family.
Hillsboro team, pretty much majority of the team, we grew up together, basically. We came through the whole Hillsboro system, from going to Walter Stokes to Julia Green, to JT Moore. Then, we came, half of us came through the whole system together, so it was more than a team. We was like a for real band of brothers out there.
After graduating from Hillsboro, Fisher played for Coffeyville Community College for 2 years. After that, he continued on to play for the University of Tennessee, where he was recruited as the #2 defensive end player in the nation. Although he is probably most well known for his accomplishments as a track star, Jim Mathis played both baseball and basketball at Hillsboro High School.
He had won a world championship award, and I thought, how many people that graduated from Hillsboro High School have done that? And I said, probably not many.
Jim attended Hillsboro during a time when there was no track team, but he helped lead the borough baseball team to a league championship.
In baseball, he was our center fielder, and I was a pitcher. And you can't believe how I appreciated Jim Mathis, because he was so fast that he could cover some of left field, some of right field, and all of center field. And when I was pitching, I needed all of that.
After graduating from Hillsboro in 1953, Jim Mathis went on to Memphis State University. His friends talked him into trying out for the track team, and after the coach saw him, he was immediately put on scholarship.
He was an athlete that was a late bloomer type of guys, and everybody knows those types of people that they just get better and better as they go along. And he was one of those. And so he got stronger and stronger every year.
Among his many accomplishments, Jim set the world record 7 times in the 300, 400, and 600. He's also a 3-time world champion in the 4x4. This Hillsboro graduate is no stranger to hard work, and his athletic career reflects his fierce sense of determination.
He excelled in everything that he did. He was all-city in basketball, in baseball. He was probably the best third baseman in the city during that time.
There's no question that Jerry Caldwell excelled in both basketball and baseball during his time at Hillsboro, but he's most well known for his success in tennis. During the spring season of his senior year, he won the NIL Doubles Championship, helping him earn a spot on Vanderbilt University's tennis team. In addition to playing tennis for the Commodores, Caldwell also continued to play both baseball and basketball throughout college, but it was tennis where he continued to shine.
He went on after he graduated from Vanderbilt, and he continued to play tennis at a high level, and he ended up winning as a doubles team the National Tennis Doubles Championship.
After graduating from Vanderbilt University, Caldwell went on to win numerous state and regional championships. He finished the runner-up in the national tournament 13 times before finally winning the national championship and earning the #1 ranking for 1 year. She's one of the most dominant multi-sport athletes to ever walk the halls at Hillsboro.
Playing here at Hillsboro, whether it was on the basketball court or on the tennis court, I have to say was very exciting. It was a time that we didn't have as many professional sports, and so there was a lot more coverage for the high school teams. We had quite a following, especially for basketball.
A 1968 graduate who starred in basketball, tennis, and track, there's no question that Dr. Ann Hutchinson Price has earned her spot in the Hillsboro Hall of Fame.
Ms. Turner was my coach for all three of those sports. She was coach for tennis, track, and basketball. And she really stressed team. And I think the fact that she really put team above individuals was very important. And I think that's been a lifelong lesson that served me well always.
Ann excelled in basketball from day one, winning multiple district titles, setting individual season and career scoring records, and being named the Nashville Interscholastic League's Player of the Year as a junior and a senior.
Basketball was sheer joy. There were times in tennis that there was a little terror because you're standing up there all by yourself. That was very sweet to win the state tournament because I had worked very hard for that.
Ann was given the prestigious title of Nashville Women's Basketball Player of the Decade for the 1960s. After graduating from Hillsboro, she went on to Vanderbilt University, where she played for the Lady Commodores tennis team. Dr. Ann Hutchinson Price will go down in the books as one of Hillsboro's most accomplished female athletes. He was not only a great coach, he was a community activist. Former basketball coach Tommy Frensley had a deep passion for the game of basketball, but an even deeper passion for the players he coached.
Coach was I think he was a player's coach back in that day. He was very motivational, and I think he did just a great job of getting guys to play together. My year, we had a pretty talented team, had a couple guys from that team that went on to play in the SEC, and I think the #1 thing that he did is he got everybody to play unselfishly, play together, and not worry about who was getting all the credit. So,
while coaching basketball for the Burros, his teams won 6 district championships. Frensley took 3 teams to the state tournament, and in addition to that, he also coached football, baseball, and golf.
As you get older and go through life, you realize what a mentor he was and what kind of role model he was, and I think that's the mark of any person in whatever type of career they do.
Frensley is also remembered for playing a key role in integrating the sports teams at Hillsboro in 1970. helping to ease the racial tensions in the school.
Whether you were a student of his or a player or a manager, he just had that impact where you look back 20, 25, 30 years later that you're still thinking about the things that he taught you and while you were in school and playing for him.
We honor Coach Frensley for his passion for sports and his love for the players.
Growing up, I really looked up to him. One, because he was a great athlete, and two, because he was my big brother. Like, he was the only big brother I ever had.
He's known best around Hillsboro as the former Mr. Football. With a full trophy case at the Burrow Dome, there's no question that Alvin Fite deserves his spot in this year's Hall of Fame. His sophomore season, Alvin played both defense and offense, and his coach Ron Aidlott knew there was something special about him.
And, you know, when he played hard, they played harder. You know, and obviously him being a two-time region MVP and a Mr. Football winner here at Hillsboro High School, he was a quality player, individual, and all the kids and faculty loved Alvin.
But it didn't stop there. Fite went on to lead his team to the playoffs his junior season. He also won the regional MVP award that same year. The nods kept coming all the way through his senior season. Fite helped lead his team to the state semifinals, earning a spot on the all-city team and the all-regional team. He was also awarded MVP for both teams. In addition, Fite was given the prestigious title of Mr. Football, as well as the best two-way player of the state. His achievements at Hillsboro are unprecedented.
It's been a blast being around Hillsboro. Being at Hillsboro, being a coach at Hillsboro, just being able to help bring another championship back here in '08 with the guys that I coach with Coach Blade. Thank you for giving me a chance, Coach Aidlott. Love you to death, man. You need something, I'm here. Just thank you to all the Burrow Nation and Burrow family.
He came to Hillsboro High School in a time of struggle, but former head football coach Ron Aidlott used his experience and knowledge of the game to turn it all around.
Ron is what I consider to be the consummate football coach, and just one of the greatest people to be around as a person.
Ron Aidlott came to the Burrow Dome in 1994, and by 1997, the formerly struggling team had finished second in the district.
You know, and I'm proud of them for that, understanding that they had to come together and be coached and to be a team and to comply to some things in order to be successful. And I hope that some of those guys are carrying that on with them in life.
They did it again in 1998, and by 1999, they made it to the second round of the playoffs.
I think the four of us at that time had just created a great coaching chemistry.
In 2001 and 2002, the Burrows made it all the way to the state championship. And in 2003, head coach Ron Aidlott led the team to victory in their first ever state championship win.
This was a big part of my life and my family's life, and you know, there's a lot of places when I drive back on campus here, it brings back a lot of great memories and a lot of great kids and teachers and administrators that I had the opportunity to be a part of. And I hope people understood that, you know, when I coached, that's, you know, results were the only thing that we were interested in, and them being good people when they got out of here and doing positive things with their life.
And members of his former coaching staff say they'll remember not only his ambition to win, but also the way he genuinely cared for his players.
He was going to hit it hard and heavy every day. As I said in the beginning, he's a consummate coach where he's going to put his heart and soul into it, mostly 365 days a year.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the team that will go down in Borough history, the 2003 Hillsboro High School football team.
You know, that was a very special group, and you know, and I'm proud of them for that, understanding that they had to come together and be coached and to be a team and to comply to some things in order to be successful.
It was more than the team, you know, we was like a for real band of brothers out there. Like, we had each other back regardless.
We just finally kicked the door in, had a great defensive plan, shut them down, and we held them to under 100 yards. The guys bought into what we were doing totally, and you know, trying to stop Ron and Terry and Jay on the offensive side, and you know, the juggernaut they were producing from, geez, since I got here. I wouldn't want to coach against that offense.
There's no question these players faced many challenges, but it was that sense of discipline and fierce determination that led them to victory in Hillsboro High School's first ever state championship in football.
What they did phenomenally was they cleaned their act up. They were more punctual to places. They were more obedient in the classroom. They came to practice.
You know, the kids just kept grinding. They came into the weight room. They came in the summer. They lifted after practice. They did all the things you could do, and you could feel it coming together.